Hello everyone. To continue with this information about the Tmec, in this new video, we're gonna talk about several important points. Obviously, also with the history, with some dates that are involved that explain how the Tmec mm, have had some changes. And well, in this video, try to explore the origin. Also, we're gonna mention the origin, more information about the origin and evolution, some change and current impact in Mexico. As we know, is the most important information for us. And well, it's important to mention that is one of the most important agreement in the world. It forms the foundation of economy integration in North America. And well, this video explored the current impact, helping us to understand why this treaty is essential for region economies and how it influences every day to us. And well, firstly, in the 1990, the three country they opened their markets, attract foreign investment and strengthen their global competitiveness. And under these conditions, the Tmec, known in Spanish or as Tmec, was created an innovative agreement that removed tariffs, eliminate obviously, and facilitate the trade among these countries. Also allowed companies to operate more freely across the regions. And well, the NAFTA achieved major advance. It increased trilateral trade by hundreds of billions of dollars. And well, also it attracted international companies to Mexico. Previously, I mentioned that it's important how the market works about this trade. The country tried to invest here in Mexico to avoid tariffs or higher levels of tariffs, high prices of tariffs. And well, it also faced criticism. Many argue that it created labor inequalities, harmed farmers, and generated economic dependency between the countries. These tensions obviously fit the idea that the agreement needed to change and update their renegotiated this agreement. Well, also we have the transition to this agreement, the Tmec, and the arrival to Donald Trump to use presidency in 2016 accelerate the renegotiation process. Trump argued the Tmec was a bad deal of, for this country, for his country, and well, and causing manufacturing job losses in the USA. But I don't know if this affect not just to USA, to Mexico and Canada also affect them, affect him, his country. And well, here we have some sector that was affected with this decision at the moment to Donald Trump was the president in this year. And well, the renegotiation began in the 2017, marked by a major disagreements. And well, the automotive sector was uh, the main affected with some decisions and where the USA wanted to strong regional focus. Just USA looking for this, but at the moment to affect the trade, obviously the country tried to avoid these affections for the countries. And well, the rules of origin determining what percentage of a product must be in North America. And well, also dispute the settlement mechanism essential for resolving trade conflicts. And the negotiation were complex to also politically pressured, but after many rounds, a new agreement was reached. And well, we we can understand all the information that that now we can get is about the how USA affect some sectors. But the question now is, mm, USA, the President Donald Trump affect the countries or also affect uh, his own country? Well, at the moment to know that the population that works in this country is from USA, from USA, Mexico, and Canada. Also, I think was affected. And nowadays we know some changes also that this president, mm, this president um, taken some decisions that obviously affect the sector that previously I said. And well, it's important to know that not just affected to the countries. Also, signing. We're gonna talk about signing an entry into the ports to the USMC CA in 2020 on November 30. In 2018, the three countries officially signed the Tmec, and after legislative ratification processes in Mexico, the United States, and Canada, the agreement entered in force in July 1st in 2020, with the change that obviously the agreement had during several years, several decisions that also this country make it. And so um, the Tmec was designed to modernize the original agreements and adapt it in today's global economy. The main goals of this trade include integrating new technologies and digital trade, also improving labor and environmental conditions, strengthening productivity and competitiveness in North America, creating also clearly rules for invest and trade. And well, also we can analyze that some decision that we know affected not just to Mexico and in Canada, also in previous decision that the president make. Well, we can analyze that not just this country was affected, also with we around the world, countries around the world was affected, and well, we can obviously mention that the in the area in the sector automotive sector uh, was affected. Also, digital trade did not address digital trade because it barely existed at the time. The Tmec introduced new rules with obviously with the with they agree the agreements of Mexico and Canada. The Tmec did not address digital trade because it barely existed at the time. They this country introduced another rules, and well, as we know, and I mentioned it before, no tariffs may be applied to digital products such as ebooks, music, or software. As we know, everything that we can change, we can exchange, we can um, export and import. Um, just important if is information, goods, and service. Obviously, each country should have to pay some tariffs, and well, in this agreement also or always is looking for no pay or eliminate the tariffs. And well, also user personal data must be protected. Mm, when we are talking about digital agreement, digital sector, we can understand that involves a lot of information that we can use in each country. We can exchange, export, import information, and also is important protected. Due to this belong to the country, to the I don't know if this is right, but I think this is important protected because is the future. The future is the characteristic of each country, and well, also the data can flow freely across the borders. This is one of the most important nowadays. As we know, all information around the world obviously had um, importance, and well, at the moment to protect them, protect their population, its population, protect the information, protect the economy, protect the trade agreements, protect the information, important information, not just for the agreement, protect the information about in companies, important companies, also for each individual in this country. We're talking about the Canada, USA, and obviously Mexico, but we can analyze that these points also we can apply in another countries. And well, we have also in the labor and environment, and the Tmec include dedicated chapter to labor and environmental issues. Um, well, Mexico in particular had to reform its labor laws to guarantee union freedom and better conditions for workers. Well, nowadays we know that some on the sector of labor, Mexico is I don't know if the is the number one or the most important in USA. Well, also we know that the labor in USA is important because it's from Mexico. Not 100%, but in high level, in high percentage, try to. We know that the population is from Mexico and another countries, and well, the trade also try to protect this labor, the rights and the laws about the labor. Also, we have agriculture. The agreement access to agricultural markets benefits USA exports, but also providing certain for case Mexican sectors such as like avocados, berries, and tomato. And well, also we have the idea about one of the most important chapter, that is the chapter 31, mechanisms were reinforced, allowing trade disputes to be resolving more efficiently. This gives investors greater certainty and reduce obviously prolonged conflicts and between the governments. And the agreement try to avoid conflicts that obviously these conflicts affect this agreement, this trade, and obviously it's impossible to eliminate this agreement, as the president uh, from the USA wanted. And well, the next video we're gonna talk about some impacts here in Mexico that the Tmec has. And well, in the next video, I'm gonna talk about it, and we're gonna explain about of this information that I mentioned.